Hello, gorgeous people. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I want to talk today, actually, quite a lot about money, Meghan Markle, and her status, or the lack thereof. But before I do, I just want to say something really quickly. The Sussex Squad, as they are called, to me, given their actions, I'm not going by what people say or something, but the actions I have observed come across as ignorant, uneducated, bullying, abusive, who censor, attack, and create hatred because other people's views and opinions don't match with theirs. You know, I made a comment because somebody I follow is a body language person. So I asked them because there was something to me that felt off about the last public engagement between the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They seemed distant to me. There was very little acknowledgement. And I know that they're in public engagements. I know that they don't have to be like Meghan Holding, and they never are. But in all their public engagements, they're never this distant, at least to me. There was one interaction where the Duchess looked at him and that's it. Most of the time, to me, they didn't seem their usual selves. So I made that observation respectfully. And people started attacking me, saying, "Are you a Sussex Squad? How dare you make that observation? You're just feeding this." I mean, it created so much hatred. A respectful opinion in my observation, I couldn't believe it. I was laughing. I'm laughing about it. But, we can all disagree on many things. We don't have to agree on everything. But I thought that the people who follow the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were different than the Sussex Squad. Clearly wrong. But anyways, this is why I think that Meghan Markle should not be allowed to use royal titles, nor Harry. To me, they're Sarah Ferguson 2.0. Why do I say that? Sarah Ferguson was allowed to keep using her ex-husband's royal title. And she got herself in a lot of debt. And what did she do? She flew to the United States and she put the title's name, and not her name, her title's name, because nobody cares about Sarah Ferguson. Everybody cares. But the title, yes. She went to the United States. She did her Weight Watchers thing. She did this and that. It wasn't for charity. It was to get herself out of the debt that she had, gotten herself into. Nothing for charity. But I have to give her credit for this because at least she was honest. At least she said, you know what? I have to dig myself out of the hole I put myself into. And I'm going to do it by merging the royal titles. This is why I say that Harry and Meghan are taking it to the extreme, because there's already precedent and it has been allowed. But she wasn't the only one. The Duke and Duchess of Windsor, the problem that we have with people nowadays is they don't understand that back then there was no internet. So it's not as publicized. It's not as instant as it is now. But they put their names to it. They were for hire. If you had money and you wanted them at a party, you got them there. They were for absolute hire, in spite of the fact that they didn't need to. But for people like the Duke of Windsor, for example, Harry, but mostly Meghan Markle, it's not as much about the money, but the status and the adoration of people and being the center of attention. They're all narcissists. Harry is a big old narcissist who has a big grudge on his shoulder because he's not going to be king. That's what this is all about. And he thought that he found in Meghan Markle something that he had over his brother that would make him more popular. But the problem is that they're both grifters. Meghan Markle is desperately, and I mean desperately, trying to be an A-lister. And she's finding it really crushing that the title was not enough to make her an A-lister, because she's not an A-lister. She will never be an A-lister. She will be very lucky if she doesn't end up in jail. Now, if they were honest and they had said, you know what, we're leaving the royal family, we're going to be private individuals, we're not going to use the titles for this and that because we have pride in ourselves, we can make our own way as Harry Windsor or Harry Wales, whatever the hell he wants to call himself, and Meghan Markle. But that's not what they did. They left the royal family because they always had planned to leave the royal family. But because they don't want to look like the greedy, pair of nasty jerks that they are, they slandered everybody on their way out to try and put it on them and on the other people, not on themselves, because they don't want to own up to what they're doing is that they want to go back to the United States, be A-listers, and sell the royal title, because that's what they are doing. They have a foundation. A foundation, for most of you who don't know that, is not the same thing as a charity organization. It's completely different. And a foundation, they don't have to give all the money. They can keep 95% up to it. I don't know how many times, not only me, but many YouTubers have said that. So you are basically supplying money to two grifters with no talent who are trading in and merging royal titles. Why is that a dangerous thing? I don't care if Harry and Meghan Markle were doing that using their own names. And again, I give credit to the York sisters because they do not use their royal titles for their work life or their businesses or anything. They only use the royal titles for the charities that they're patrons, of which they're patrons. So, but Harry and Meghan, they're these impact officers. They're not impacting anything. And for people who are now with this ethical thing that came out, and all the things that they are involved with are about their own by extremely white male people. Not even women of color or any other ethnicity. They're all very white male men who own those businesses. Let me give you an example. The impact, the ethical thing, that they sold the title to, because they haven't invested thing. This is another misconception. They don't invest. They don't have that very much money. They don't invest. But what they do is like, if you get to use the royal title for your company, you will give us a percentage and maybe a fee up front. That's what they do. It's not like, they invested the millions and Meghan Markle talking shit out of her ass and her mouth, really. So the problem is that they attach the royal titles to all these really, really failed things. And the owner of the ethic investing is basically a stockbroker. And he's very white. He's a public school boy from England. And his other two associates are as white as they come, very wealthy. Nothing ethical about it. Most of the investment, the ethical investment, is on Netflix. Over $300 million investment on Netflix. Google, another subsidiary of Google, and two other mainstream companies, as well as the pharmaceutical companies. Why is this so terrible? Because when things go bad, for example, when they went to the UN, when things go bad, or they can create a diplomatic problem for the United Kingdom, serious one, because they were advocating for the president, for which president you should vote or whatever, they are going to cause a lot of serious problems. Because again, they haven't been told not to use the royal titles for personal financial business gain. And they should be told that. Sarah Ferguson should be told that as well. She should be able to use those titles. Meghan Markle is dying to be an A-lister, but she can't be an A-lister. Because, people in Hollywood, they can't, even with Oprah Winfrey's spin, even with all the money, they don't have, and the sad thing is, they don't have that very much money. They have put their names to everything. Let's not forget that for Meghan Markle, one of her main sponsors of the former The Tig thing was the poop spray company. And she thought it was a good sponsor because she was really happy when she got them, because she was a nobody. And she still is a nobody who's using her husband's royal title because it doesn't belong to her. So by them putting their names to all these shady companies, all these shady unknown companies, because that's another myth. Oh, they have so, and the press is also perpetrating that. The press is going, oh, they have all these companies after them. They don't. They really don't. They are the ones reaching out to companies, to people, and very little known ones, because nobody wants, the really well-known companies don't want to be involved with them. They really don't. So it's not like people, they don't have their pick of companies that they're going to choose from. Oh, you get here. They're not in demand. In fact, most people are staying away from them, and they're having serious trouble with Netflix. And because what Netflix paid them for, and it's not in the millions either. This is another thing. Oh, the 200 million, the Spotify thing, the book thing. These are all up in the air. And Meghan Markle knows that. So Meghan Markle is desperately trying to be an A-lister in her own right, because she really wants to get rid of Harry. Harry has outlived, and the sad thing is that she's seeing of her own making, because the way she went about it, she's also so arrogant and so narcissistic, that she thought that with these titles, with the titles, I'm going to go back to the US and I'm going to be the A-lister I always wanted to be. Because Meghan Markle got into acting not because she loved acting or it was her calling. It's because it was narcissistically speaking, she saw the lifestyle during the Married with Children show, and she wanted that lifestyle. That's it. But not the the lifestyle too, but mostly the fame. For a narcissistic person to be the center of attention it's the ultimate. So they have their names attached, the titles attached to such shady and disreputable things that whatever they do or whatever happens, or that they're involved using those titles, it denigrates the entire royal family. Because unfortunately, they're still, and I know you're going to say you're going about it, they're still featured as working royals in the official British royal family title, which is, don't let the word family make you think that is not an official website. That is an official website of the government. Just like Crown State property doesn't mean it belongs to the Queen. It belongs to the government, to the UK people, but it has the word Crown in it. So the British royal family official website is a government website that is used to advertise and promote business engagements of the working royals on behalf of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. So Harry are still featured there. All of you who have worked or who own companies or whatever, you can see an institution. Let me give you an example. When Cristiano Ronaldo was signed up, left Juventus, I downloaded the Manchester United app. And I kept looking for him because I wanted to put him as my favorite player. And he wasn't coming in and he wasn't coming in. And I'm just going, what the hell's going on? Why don't they put him on their website, And it wasn't until he was officially there. They removed him from Juventus and it appeared on Manchester United's website. Why do I say that? And a lot of people are saying, but the royal family is different. No. I understand that royalty is hard to compare to other things, but we have an approximity of things that we can compare it to. Harry and Meghan being there and that false information put in their website is wrong. And what is really terrible, they keep updating it. So why do they have two individuals who are private citizens feature in a website, in a British government official website, as though they're still working for the royal family and for that institution, and updating their details? It sends an image to everybody that they're still part of the institution. And this is why they're also able to get these things. Meghan Markle is desperate. She is desperate to be an A-lister. She doesn't have any money. They don't have that much money. People think that they're getting all these millions. They don't. They have attached their names to everything, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And you know what's the worst part of it all? That ethics, if you look at them in their website, they have a disclaimer that says, please, it's kind of like it says something in the lines of, look for real professionals to advise you on this, and we don't take any responsibility for whatever goes wrong. So if they're not the real professionals, so why are they taking money? Why are they claiming to be professionals? Because if they're saying seek the advice of professionals before coming to us, and then if we lose your money, because they're stockbrokers, we have nothing to do with that. And the reason why Harry and Meghan were promoting, and this is where serious things can go wrong, we're promoting that vaccines are made available to third world countries. It's because that ethics place, they have millions invested in the pharmaceutical thing with the COVID. So they want to promote the purchase of these vaccines because it generates money. So this is why they're promoting, give all these vaccines but who pays for them? Because they were not asking for those vaccines. They were asking for the vaccines to be the patent to be released. Why would they? I can guarantee you that Meghan guards her stuff very closely and she wouldn't give it away for free. But she wants them to do that. But failing that, the rich countries have to buy all these vaccines and give it to the third world countries. Yeah, so therefore they want to increase the sales of these vaccines. So there's nothing of, how do you say, true charity. There's nothing. It's all about money. It's all about money. So when people tell me that they've made an impact, they haven't impacted anything. They're idiots. They are two D-listers, Z-listers with a royal title for sale. And that is very dangerous. And this is why I keep saying they should be removed. At least there should be laws that say you cannot use royal titles for private businesses or for your own benefit. Those titles are to represent the United Kingdom. But what do you guys think? I mean, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know what I mean? I really think that there's a lot more that the royal family can do to protect the monarchy as an institution and the prestige and reputation of the royal household. And they're failing at it. They are failing at it, and Parliament is failing to hold the royal family members accountable to keep that monarchy prestigious. And I am a monarchist. What do you guys think? And thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.